wait, I'm not Rabbi Delson. We're about the same size. She has stayed at Camp Gucci, so she continues to be the rabbi there for the rest of this weekend. So Shabbat Shalom, thank you for coming and braving the smoke. And we'll start with our opening song of Shalom Aleichem on page 142.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
For those of you I don't know, I'm Janet Rogalski. I'm delighted to be here with Dr. Andrew Pelletier and Andrea Lee for our service this evening, and our Board of Trustee member will read announcements.
I get to wear many hats.
He does.
Shabbat Shalom. So as mentioned, I'm here representing the Board of Trustees. These are this week's announcements. The Beam of Flowers this evening are in loving memory of Eloise Rapino from Norman Rapino and Stacy Rapino and family. The Kiddush this evening is in loving memory of Susie Kaminsky from Jeff Kaminsky and Tom Kaminsky and families. Next Friday evening, the family of Elaine Hirschman is sponsoring an Oneg Shabbat in Elaine's memory following the dedication of her memorial plaque. Please call the temple office by Wednesday, July 22nd, if you wish to attend. The book clubs of the temple, Congregation B'nai Israel and Congregation Etz Chaim, will host their joint synagogue book club on Tuesday, July 21st at noon here at the temple. The cost is $10. The book that's being discussed is Heart of a Stranger, an unlikely rabbi's story of faith, identity, and belonging by Rabbi Angela Bookdahl. If you can attend, please RSVP to Elsa Leviton at Congregation Etz Chaim. Tomorrow's Torah Today, a tongue twister. That discussion tomorrow has been canceled. And next Saturday morning, July 25th, Cantor Rohr will lead a Shabbat morning service and song, along with a study session in between. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. I'd like to invite Kathy Burns and Glenda Schwartz to light the Shabbat candles, and you'll find that on page 120 and 121.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, So may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, O Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
6. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, and no services. But I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life. Page 138, Lachado D.
Shabbat nekabela, shamor vesachor b'dibur echad, yishme'anu el ha'miuchad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'litila. Likrat Shabbat lechuven elcha, ki mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'azeh b'makshavat chila, hitoredi Please rise if you're able and face the door. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha uvtzola, toch emuneam segula, boi chala, boi chala. Lecha
Chatzi Kaddish is on page 263.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shem Rabba Be'almad yivarach edute ve'amlich machute Mechayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayet kol bet Yisrael Bagala Bagala Uvisman Kariv Vehimeru Amen Yeheshemet Haba Mevorach Le'alam Ulal Mehamaya Yitvarach Yitvarach Vishtabach Vitva Vitramam Vitnaseh Vitadad Vitale Vitalal Shemed Kudesha Berichu Le'ela Mincho Bechata V'shirata Tushmekata V'nechemata Nahamiran Behalma Vehimeru Amen.
Please rise for the Baruch Hu on page 264.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Vaed.
On page 265, we read at the bottom of the page together, Adonai, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and wisdom. Day follows day in endless succession, and the years vanish, but your sovereignty endures. Though all things pass, let not your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. Baruch atah Adonai HaMariv Aravim. On the next page, Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat Olam Bet Yisrael mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, otanu limadeta. Al-ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shachvenu u'vkumenu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach midivrei Toratecha u'b'mitzvotecha le'olam vaed ki hem chayenu ve'orach yamenu u'vahem negei yomam v'layla negei yomam v'layla. Ve'ahavatcha al tasir Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Be seated. The Via Hafta is on the next page.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו נטוטפות בין עיניך. וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
We read together at the bottom of the page, "You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohim Emet." On page 270, Micha Mocha.
Tilot osefele, noratilot osefele, malchutecha rahuvanecha, bokeh hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Adonai imloch leolam vaed. יפעד אדוני את יעקב, וגואלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
At the bottom of the page, we read responsively, "Who is like you, O God, among the gods that are worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders?" Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praised are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Give us a place to rest, O God. Shelter us in the long, soft evening of your shadows of your truth. You are true protection and safety. In your presence we find love and acceptance. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, hapurei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. On page 272, V'shamru.
Shabbat, Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת
Please rise for the tefillah.
Adonai, sefata tiftach ufi agita hilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elokei avotenu v'imotenu, Elokei Avraham, Elokei Yitzchak, v'Elokei Yaakov, Elokei Sarah, Elokei Rivka, Elokei Rachel v'Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh HaKol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Ge'ula Livnei V'Nehem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Mashiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Hazrat Sarah, אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל. מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות, ומיתו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. We read at the top of page 278 together. Our God and God of our ancestors, be pleased with our rest. Sanctify us with your mitzvot and grant us a share in your Torah. Satisfy us with your goodness and gladden us with your salvation. Purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Adonai our God, grant as our heritage your holy Shabbat, that Israel, who sanctifies your name, may rest on it. Praise to you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat. On page 279, Ritzeh.
Adonai Eloheinu, be'amecha Yisrael, u'tefilatam be'ahava Tehillet Ratzon, Tamid Avodat Yisrael. Yisrael Hamecha El Karov Lechol Korehav Pinel Havatecha Vichodenu Shepach Ruchacha V'shuvecha l'Tzion. Berachamim. Baruch atah
Page 281. For the good in us which calls us to a better life, we give thanks. For the strength to improve the world with our hearts and our hands, we offer praise. For the desire in us which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful. For life and nature, harmony and beauty, for the hope of tomorrow, all praise to the source of being. For all these things, O Sovereign, let your name be forever praised and blessed. Our God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha ne'eh lechodot. On page 282, Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata Shalom, ki ata melech Adon, lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov b'necha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol heit u'b'chol shah b'shlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
We read together at the bottom of the page. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of our world. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Adonai, who blesses your people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamavarech et amo Yisrael, Bashalom. We've reached the point in our service where we think of all of those in our congregation, in our community, in our country, in our world, who are in need of healing in both body, mind, and spirit. In our congregation this week, we are thinking of Jan Dolgen, Dick Greenblatt, Courtney Ingersoll, Shannon Jacobs, Marla Levine, Shirley Levine, Alan Newell, Leora Oppenheim, Shelby Oppenheim, Dr. Steve Schall, Robin Stone, Sarah Taub. If there are any names that you would like to add, please feel free to do so now.
Dave Saltzman, Emma Clement, Marguerite Martinez.
Judy Fox. The Misha Berach is on page 371.
Of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
We take a few moments for some silent reflection. So, this is the Devar Torah you would have heard from Rabbi Delson had she been here. But when she sent it to me, she said, "So, add anything you want." I didn't. Well, that's not quite true. Here's my question, and you don't have to answer out loud. Are you a patient person? Think about it. If you are a patient person, what makes you patient? If you are not, what makes you impatient? So, this is the Devar for Parshat Devarim, the book of Devarim, or Deuteronomy. Is like any other book of the Torah. Instead of watching the story unfold, we stop to hear Moses tell the story one last time. The Hebrew name Devarim means words taken from the opening verse. These are the words that Moses spoke to all Israel. Unlike the first 4 books of the Torah, where events happen before our eyes, almost the entire book of Devarim consists of Moses' final speeches to the Israelites. He knows he will not enter the promised land. His leadership is coming to an end. Leading the people somewhere new, he helps them understand where they have been. Devarim is not simply a repetition of earlier stories. It is a reinterpretation. Moses retells events by adding details or leaving things out. In my mind, when I was reading this, it made me think of the game of telephone, where you tell somebody something, and then that person continues on and on and on and on, and by the time it reaches the end of the chain, it's not exactly like it started. Sometimes he emphasizes something that barely received attention before. He is not writing history in the modern sense. Rather, he is teaching. Now that 40 years have passed, he is asking, what do these experiences mean? The book itself has a clear structure. The first section, which begins this week, looks backward. Moses reviews the journey from Sinai to the edge of the promised land. He reminds the people of both their successes and their failures. The second section contains a review and expansion of many of the commandments. Some of the laws are familiar, others are new. Here we find the Shema, one of Judaism's central declaration of faith. Hear, O Israel. We also find instructions about justice, caring for the vulnerable, leadership, festivals, and community life. The third section focuses on covenant. Moses presents blessings for following God's ways and warning about what happens when the people lose sight of them. And there have been many things. Finally, the book concludes with Moses' final song, his blessing to the tribes, and his death on Mount Nebo. It is a book of memory, reflection, and preparation. That raises an interesting question. Why spend so much time looking backward when the people are finally ready to move forward? Because wisdom rarely comes from simply having experiences. It comes from taking the time to reflect on those experiences. It requires patience, or savlanut in Hebrew. When we think about patience, we usually think about waiting in line, sitting in traffic, or trying not to lose our temper. Those are certainly forms of patience. But Jewish tradition understands savlanut more broadly. The word comes from the root samach bet lamed, connected to carrying a burden or bearing a load. Patience is not passive waiting. It is the ability to carry life's challenges without immediately reacting. It is the discipline to stay present long enough to learn. That is exactly what Moses models in Devarim. The Israelites are finally standing at the edge of the land. They could have rushed ahead. Instead, Moses asks them to pause. Before you build cities, remember how you lived in tents. Before you enjoy harvests, remember what it was like to rely on manna. Before you govern yourselves, remember what happened when fear and impatience shaped your decisions. In many ways, Devarim is an extended exercise in communal patience, something we may or may not want to think about these days. The scholar Aviva Zornberg observes that Deuteronomy is less about recording history than transforming memory. Moses is not interested in preserving every detail exactly as it happened. He wants the people to understand what their experiences now demand of them. The events themselves have not changed, but the people listening to them have. 40 years in the wilderness have transformed them, and so the stories must be heard differently as well. Our culture often rewards speed. We move quickly from one event to the next. News cycles last hours instead of days. We solve problems as efficiently as possible, and then we move on. But the Torah suggests something different. Sometimes the most faithful thing we can do is slow down. We slow down long enough to ask, what have I learned? What would I do differently? What do I want to carry forward? And what should I leave behind? That is true for individuals, but it is also true for communities. Every synagogue, every family, every nation accumulates stories over time. Some are joyful, some are painful, some are stories of success, while others remind us of mistakes we would rather forget. Devarim teaches that healthy communities do not erase those stories. They revisit them thoroughly so that they can become wiser. Moses knows that the people are eager to move forward, but before they can become the next generation of Israelites, they first have to become interpreters of their own story. That is the intention and invitation of Devarim. Read the past again. Ask new questions. Notice what you missed before. Have the patience to let the experience become wisdom. As a history teacher, I would certainly agree with that. Perhaps savlanut is not simply waiting. Perhaps it is giving ourselves enough time to become the people God is still inviting us to be. May we have the patience to reflect honestly, the humility to keep learning, and the wisdom to let our own stories shape the people we are still becoming. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I thought that was pretty cool. Please turn to page 586 and rise for the Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tegeru yoser reshit, shelo asanu k'guyei haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam Elokeinu kayim, v'gohor Page 591. Please be seated. The ones we love shine for us in the stars, in the glow of the moon, in the sun each time it rises. The ones we love shine in us too, in the good things we do for the world and for each other, in memories which are never lost. They are in our hearts. Tonight, for Kaddish, we honor the lives of Louis Baum, Reuben G. Cohn, Myron Edelstein, David Fisher, George Friedman, Elton S. Gallen, Fred Joseph Gamiel, Louis Heilbrunn, William Horowitz, Susie Kaminsky, Cheryl Kessel, Rose Esserman Levin, Philip Michael, Elliot L. Miller, Phyllis M. Phillips, Goldie Powder, Eloise Rapino, Celia Robinson, Sylvia Rosenberg, Plasm Rosenzweig, Vilma Rottenstein, Miriam F. Schwab, A.H. Steinberg, M.D., Faye Sustin, Eva Zucker Zilmerman. Are there any other names that we should be honoring tonight? Please rise for Kaddish on page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, ve'alma d'barak d'butei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayehon v'yomechon, uv'kayeh d'kol be'Yisrael, ba'agala uzman kariv. Amen. Shmei Rabba Mevarach Leolam Omei Omaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitbar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal. Shemei dekudashah berechu. Le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechamata. Damiram me'alma v'imru amen. Yehei Shalom Rabba Mishmaya V'chaim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Osei Shalom Bimrumav Huya Osei Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. May their names forever be a blessing. Please be seated. A Prayer for the World by Rabbi Harold Kushner. Let the rain come and wash away the ancient grudges, the bitter hatreds held and nurtured over generations. Let the rain wash away the memory of the hurt, the neglect. Then let the sun come out and fill the sky with rainbows. Let the warmth of the sun heal us wherever we are broken. Let it burn away the fog so that we can see each other clearly, so that we can see beyond labels, beyond accents, genders, or skin color. Let the warmth and brightness of the sun melt our selfishness, so that we can share the joys and feel the sorrows of our neighbors. And let the light of the sun be as strong so that we will see all people as our neighbors. Let the earth, nourished by rain, bring forth flowers to surround us with beauty. And let the mountains teach our hearts to reach upward to heaven. Amen.
Amen.
Our closing song is Ein Kelohenu on page 626.
Ein Kelohenu, ein Kadonenu, ein Kemalkeinu, ein Kemoshienu, Michelohenu, Michadonenu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu.
Thank you for joining us tonight, our small but mighty group. Shabbat Shalom. Please join us in the hallway for Motzi and Kiddush. Good night.
Shabbat Shalom.